This morning welcomes a new crowd of eager visitors waiting patiently to begin their guided tour of a special exhibit on ecology. While in the Eco Education Park nearby, ESRI's Wildlife First Aid Station gets leopard cats ready for eventual release into the wild. This engaging and energetic complex in Jiji, Nantou County is none other than Taiwan's Endemic Species Research Institute. An introduction to the Endemic Species Research Institute, founded in July 1992. The Endemic Species Research Institute is the agency responsible for conducting survey, research, conservation, and education work on Taiwan's endemic flora and fauna, as well as their habitats. The special nature of work here at the Institute makes for a work environment that is quite different from that of other government agencies. Key habitats including nutrient-rich coastal tidal zones, fast-flowing streams and rivers, and remote and precipitous mountain peaks all have their own dedicated specialists. In the arena of conservation research, the Institute has 5 research divisions with respective specialties in zoology, botany, habitats and ecosystems, management, and interpretation and education, as well as 3 administrative offices. Supporting field research, the Institute maintains experimental stations in Wushikeng, Tengzhi, and Hehuanshan. Also, ESRI runs a new research preparatory office in Qigu. Biological diversity addresses the 3 facets of ecosystems, plant and animal species, and genetic heritage. Institute-led survey and research into ecosystem diversity regularly assesses the current state of overall ecosystems, key biodiversity indicators, coastal and wetland ecosystems, and freshwater ecosystems. The Institute also manages sub-programs for ecologies of special interest, including regular monitoring of the progress of natural recovery in the earthquake-ravaged 99 Peaks area in Nantou County. In related work on plant and animal species diversity, Taiwan today is home to roughly 150,000 distinct species, which represents some 1.5% of the world total. 30% of the species that make their home here in Taiwan are endemic. This highlights exceptionally well the diversity and unique character of biological life here. Discoveries made in recent years have added significantly to Taiwan's list of new species, newly recorded species, and newly identified distributions. Endemic plant and animal conservation and repropagation are key facets of the work done by the Institute as well. Active repropagation research targeting the Taiwan black bear, grass owl, and leopard cat is well underway. Additionally, the Endemic Species Research Institute runs an aquatic plant survey program. This program has already collected over 150 endemic species that are available for repropagation use. The Institute's Wildlife First Aid Station has rescued and treated over 5,000 wild animals since it first opened in 1993. Around 1/3 were successfully treated and then released back into the wild, making the station a central pillar in Taiwan's wildlife emergency rescue and treatment network. The Institute's Conservation Education Center holds exhibits on the various ecosystems and the endemic flora and fauna of Taiwan to give visitors an in-depth appreciation of the importance of these to the health and sustainability of our own society. They have been shown to greatly enhance the promotion of conservation ideas and ecological education. The Endemic Species Research Institute's Eco Education Park and Butterfly Eco Park take a scientific approach to rearing endemic butterfly and plant species. In addition to preserving species prototypes, these parks provide an exceptional outdoor center of ecological education for the general public and school groups alike. Nevertheless, limitations on institute funds, coupled with the hope that society at large will proactively participate in and back critical conservation initiatives, make the Institute highly supportive of public science education as a vehicle necessary to turn public goodwill and human resources into positive conservation ideas and action, and to make conservation a natural part of everyday life. Tens of thousands of citizens have already participated in Institute-sponsored science education events, making the Endemic Species Research Institute a role model for national science education excellence. The conservation of biological diversity is now a global movement. The Endemic Species Research Institute is continuously growing and improving. Our impressive accomplishments in the areas of survey research and conservation promotion have put the Institute squarely on the front lines of today's battle to preserve and strengthen biodiversity. We are expanding our conservation efforts beyond protected species and so-called flagship species to embrace all species. This is because the bedrock of biodiversity and of long-term ecological sustainability is the preservation of all species in the deeply interconnected web of life. In line with general international norms, we are changing our name to the Center for Biodiversity Research. Administered under the Ministry of Environment and Natural Resources, we will conduct all of our research, survey, conservation, and education promotion work with the goal of protecting and strengthening biodiversity. In the future, we will leverage the fruits of our extensive research to develop updated and effective new methods. For today and for tomorrow, we look to everyone to work together to achieve exceptional, sustainable progress for our own sake as well as for future generations.